Hello, Facebook friends. It's me, Miss V, the storyteller, and I am here tonight with another story. This story is for teachers. If you're a teacher, you are going to love this story. The name of the story is God is a God of a Second Chance. As you all know, I used to be a teacher and I worked in a Christian private school. I had some of the best students in the world. I mean, my students were so on point. And I also had very supportive parents. They always had my back, no matter what. They always had my back. However, just like in most classrooms, most of you teachers know you always have your students that have a gift to press on your last nerve. Not only did I have one, I had several. In my classroom, what I would often do is I would use stories and scriptures to help the students to behave and to encourage good behavior. I had no idea at that time that I was a storyteller. I just would make up stories, and I always made sure that they would learn something from the story. Or I would use a scripture and I would explain what the scripture meant. And one of my favorite scriptures that I used to use was, God is a God of a second chance. I explained to the children what it meant. And I told them, I said, when we mess up, God forgives us and He gives us a second chance. I would also do that to the children. If they got in trouble or mess up, I would forgive them and I would give them a second chance. I would also encourage them to do the same with their classmates. If they get in a fight or argument with their classmates, I always encourage them to give them a second chance, just like God. Well, that picked up in our classroom. The kids were doing it. They were giving each other second chances. They were learning from the stories that I would make up. And they were also learning scriptures and how and what the scripture meant. Well, I had a particular student and his name was Corey. Corey was one of my students that had that gift to press on my last nerve. Now let me tell you, when Corey was good, he was one of the best students in my classroom. Well-mannered, always offering to help me. When he was good, he was so good. But when he was bad, oh boy, he was like the Tasmanian devil. He would tear my classroom up and his classmates. And on this particular day, he was having a bad day. I had given Corey chance after chance after chance after chance to the point where I was done. No more second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eight, nine, 10 chances. Done. I kept warning him and I told him, if you don't change your behavior, I'm going to talk to your mother when she got here. Corey told me, he said, I don't care. You can talk to whoever you want to. And I told Corey, you know what? If you don't care, I will definitely share it with your mother. By the time the end of the day had come, me and Corey was on outs. I was tired of him. He was tired of me. When his mother came in, she could tell that something was wrong. She came over to me and she asked me, how was Corey's day? She had an idea that it was a bad day based on the way that I looked. I called Corey over and I shared with her, what happened, how the day went. She was hot. She immediately told Corey to apologize to me for his behavior and to apologize to his classmates. Well, Corey was not having it. Corey stood there like a statue and he would not part his lips for anything. His mother looked at him and she couldn't believe how his behavior was. She sent him to the car and then she apologized to me for his behavior and promised me that I would not have to deal with that type of behavior anymore, that she was going to take care of Corey when she got home. And she left. The next morning, The next morning, Corey and his mom comes to school, and Corey comes over to me and he apologizes for his behavior. He also apologizes to his classmates and promised that he was going to have a great day and went on his way. His mother told me, she said, I want to share with you about what happened to Corey last night. I said, okay. She said, when Corey got home last night, I told him to go to his room and take his clothes off because I was going to tear him up. Corey went in his room. I gave him a few minutes to think about his behavior and everything that had happened. I walked in his room and I was waiting for Corey to do what he always did. Corey always came to me and pleaded his case and tried to pull up and figure out a way to blame everybody else besides himself. But on last night, Corey did something different. Corey came to me and said to me, Mama, Sister Elliott is always saying that God is a God of a second chance and that God always forgives us when we mess up. So, Mama, I think you should give me a second chance just like God. She said I was so thrown off by this. I was used to Corey always pleading his case and blaming other people, but I was not used to Corey coming at me with a scripture. It took me a few minutes to get my head together. She said once I got my head together, I walked over to Corey and I got him in his face and I told him, I am not God, and there is no second chances in this house. You should have thought about the second chance when you were in that classroom being disrespectful to your teacher and tearing up your classmates. I tore Corey's butt up. She said I lit him up like a firecracker, and I told him that when he goes back to school, he better remember, if he decides that he want to act up, that in this household there is no second chances. So, and God doesn't live here. God ain't here. I'm here. And he can come home with another day like he did the day before, but there are no second chances in this house, and I will light him up again. Oh my God, I love my parents. I couldn't do anything but laugh. She said, I cannot believe that my child tried to use a scripture on me to keep from getting a whipping. Oh my goodness. I thought that was so funny. But it also made me feel good because Corey was remembering scriptures. Now, I don't know how good an idea it was for him to use it on his mama because he had really made his mother hot. But it made my heart warm because, hey, he was quoting scriptures. I hope you like that story. And for teachers, I just want to encourage you that some of the things that you say and do in class, these kids are really listening. And be careful because they may try to use something you told them at home on their parent. Just like Corey. All right, guys. Thank you for spending time with me. I am enjoying sharing these stories with you. I hope they're encouraging your heart, putting a smile on your face, or just making you laugh. I will see you guys later.